Hi, I'm Anna.
Hi, I'm Lucy.
Hi, I'm Hannah.
And
Welcome to BBC School Report at Eltham Hill. We are going to be reporting on ageism in McDonald's.
We will be discussing McDonald's policy that allows students to buy food but not to sit down.
we will be interviewing Eltham residents on their thoughts and feelings about this. Did you know that students in uniform without an adult are allowed to buy a drink and food but are not allowed to sit down?
Yes, I'm very aware of this.
School students aren't allowed to sit down in McDonald's. How do you feel about this?
I feel annoyed because it has inconvenienced me many times.
Do you think it's fair?
No, because we shouldn't have to suffer the consequences of other people's actions.
School students aren't allowed to sit down in McDonald's. How do you feel about this?
I think it's unfair because we buy the food and we're not allowed to eat it inside the actual place, and most of McDonald's income comes from students who buy the food. It's not like we're going to do anything apart from eat it.
Do you know that students in uniform without an adult are allowed to buy a drink and food but are not allowed to sit down?
Yes.
School students aren't allowed to sit down in McDonald's. How do you feel about this?
I feel it's a bit unfair because if I make my way to go to McDonald's and to buy the food, that I want to sit down, so then I don't have to sit down, so then I have to wait for the bus and my food gets cold, so there's no point of buying it in the first place.
Do you think it is fair?
No, because I've spent my money on the food, but I can't eat it because it gets cold by the time I get home on the bus, and then you don't want to eat on the bus because the bus might be busy and you don't want the bus smelling, so then you get people talking to you a lot. So then you want to wait till you get home, and then you have to hold all the stuff.
Did you know that students in uniform without an adult are allowed to buy food and drink but are not allowed to sit down?
Yes.
School students aren't allowed to sit down in McDonald's. How do you feel about this?
I feel upset because secondary school students aren't allowed to, but primary school are.
Do you think it's fair?
No. No, because although there's an age gap, we're kind of more like, we know to put our rubbish in the bin. So primary school students don't, so I don't see why we shouldn't be allowed to sit down.
Did you know that students in uniform without an adult are allowed to buy a drink and food but are not allowed to sit down?
No, I wasn't aware that they were able to purchase food from there, but then they weren't allowed to actually stay in the premises.
Did you know that students in uniform without an adult are allowed to buy a drink and food but are not allowed to sit down?
No.
Have you ever experienced antisocial behaviour from secondary school children in McDonald's?
Not in this one, no.
Would you like this to happen to you?
No.
Have you ever experienced antisocial behaviour from secondary school children in McDonald's?
No, not me personally, no.
Do you think that they should make it more clear to school children about the new policy in Eltham branch?
Yeah, I didn't know there was a new policy, to be honest. But I've noticed there's a guy sometimes only letting a couple of people in. Is that what you mean? Yeah, then I think they ought to make it clear that that's what they're doing. Otherwise, it's not fair on you guys if you don't know.
Would you like this to happen to you?
No.
As you can see, this remains a controversial topic in Eltham that is yet to be resolved.
Thank you and good afternoon.